Here at Wyopreps.com for the second year in a row, we have returned with our Athlete of the Week honors. And our Athlete of the Week on the girls' side for last week's performance is Shelbi Gardner, the golfer from Sheridan High School, won the Thunder Basin Invite with a 161 total. Actually tied with your teammate. And then you apparently turned it on in the final round, using a little sports cliche. She won by 8 shots and helped Sheridan win the team title by 3. Shelbi, thanks so much for taking a few minutes and take me back to last week over at Bell Knob. What was it like for you? Kind of take me through your performance and how you feel you played.
Yeah, of course. So the first day was I was kind of in a slump for a little bit. It wasn't great. I was kind of just lots of bogeys, couple doubles, wasn't really helping my case, but it was the first day, so I was like, okay, we'll be okay. Bell isn't necessarily my favorite course on the planet either, so I've always tend to struggle a little bit there, and came in and Cameron and I were tied, and well, she's one of my best friends, and we just always have that competition going, and yeah, and then the second day, I just was like, okay, like my goal has always been to be in the 70s on Bell, and so I was like, okay, let's get it done. Like I might get to play it one more time in spring, but then I'm done after that. So let's just go have a good day. And warm up wasn't great the second day, I will say. I was definitely skeptical going into it. But yeah, started on a par 5 that I doubled the day before, so I was like, we're not letting that happen again. And yeah, ended up parring it, and my putting was really good the first couple holes, and that definitely helped with the confidence piece of it. So yeah, definitely not my favorite course though, but
Well, hey, at least you get the win on a course that maybe you struggle with at times. So you mentioned the putting. What else worked and maybe that you corrected from day one to day two?
right. Definitely the confidence in my putter. Just like the greens weren't super great, so just being confident over that and picking a line and sticking to it and just trusting myself was a huge piece of it. Driver was pretty good too, as throughout the day. And that was kind of iffy also the day before. So getting that kind of locked in and figured out was awesome. And just those two pieces definitely helped with the confidence and being able to trust myself.
What is it like for you to have a teammate that kind of helps push you and you push each other? You talked about Cameron being one of your best friends, but how much does that benefit you when you're out there on the course, even though you're not playing together?
Right. It's definitely in the back of my head, but yeah, I love Cameron. We grew up in junior tournaments together. We grew up playing in like the drive, chip, and putt together, and it's kind of funny because we weren't friends growing up, and so high school golf really just brought us closer together. And um, yeah, it's awesome, and it gives us kind of that like push to be better, and like iron sharpens iron, and um, but yeah, we're happy for each other regardless, no matter what happens. And so, yeah, it's just awesome to have that kind of love and a teammate on a team.
What do you attribute the sustained success of the Sheridan girls golf program to? And not saying anything against the boys team, but your girls team has been really good for a while now. What do you attribute that to?
Definitely the junior programs growing up. It was huge when we were little. We had a group of parents start it when I was in elementary school. And my older sister, there was just a huge group of golfers with her grade. And so that graduating class of like 2022, and they won state that year, like in 2021. Um, and just coming back down the line, like we've always had a solid 3, 4, 5 girls on the team. And so, but yeah, definitely the junior programs and just getting started young. And it's just always felt like a family.
What attracted you to the sport of golf? Where does your passion and drive for golf come from?
I started when I was really little. So definitely that definitely, I credits to my dad for that. He had a club in my hand when I was like 3 years old, and they were way too long, and my cap was backwards, and I was in flip flops. Like, just was totally like it was a dad thing. But I just grew up loving it and playing in junior tournaments and just like um, having that confidence of like, okay, this could be something. And it's just always been something that I loved. And growing up in Wyoming, only being able to do that 3, 5, maybe 6 months out of the year if you're lucky, like getting to be able to do that, like it's not something that you do all year round. So it's like a like special or like sacred time of year, I guess.
Cool. Well, being a dad, I certainly get it. So, props to
Yeah.
your dad, by the way. Talk a little bit about for you. Only a couple weeks left in this high school season. What do you feel like you need to do to be at the top of your game here in a couple weeks when state rolls around?
Definitely the mental side of golf. This summer was busy, the beginning of the fall was busy. And I didn't really take the time to like focus on myself and my like me as a person instead of Shelby the golfer. Um, so I think just keeping my skills fine-tuned throughout these next couple weeks, but just focusing on me and just focusing on my mental health and being in tune with that.
Well, congrats on the win over at Thunder Basin last week, and thanks for taking time, and congrats on being our athlete of the week.
Thank you so much.
David Sutter from Wyopreps.com, and we continue our conversation with our athlete of the week feature at Wyopreps.com. And one of our boys winners this week is Trajn Swalstad, the senior runner from Worland High School, who blistered the Wyoming Invitational course over at Little America Golf Course with the second fastest time ever. Set a course record by 5 seconds as he won the race. 16:10.57 wins it by 10 seconds. And I know our Frank Gambino talked with you after the race, but you've had a few more days to kind of process it. How happy were you with the way you ran first meet out?
It felt pretty good, and it was a little bit of a struggle going up and down those hills and being at altitude. But overall, I'm pretty happy with how I did. And when I learned that I broke the Wyoming record, it just adds some more sweetness to that.
Well, congratulations on that part. Take me through your race. What were you thinking going in, and how did kind of your race strategy or the way you wanted to attack the course kind of play out for you?
So at first, before I saw the course, I just thought, little hills and we'll be fine. Just go run. And then when I got there, it started to change to I need to be careful on these hills. Don't push too hard at the beginning of the hills. Make sure I just measure my efforts. And then when I got to the line, it's had a little bit of jitters. Just came back into season, and they never really go away. But I'll make I'll make sure I hopefully get those down. And
I got
then
you.
start wasn't too great. Just had to work my way around. Went really wide on the start just to make sure I got to the front. And then it was push down the downhill and push up the uphill with what you got.
All right. So as a starting point, where does this kind of put you in relation to? I know you've been running and very successful the past few years, but what type of a start is this for you, and where do you feel like you can improve from here?
I feel like that this is probably one of the better starts I could have had to a season with winning my first meet, and I'm hoping to continue that streak. And with that, I feel like I need to improve a little bit on my endurance in hills
Okay.
because it was a really big struggle, especially towards the end. They say I was building a gap off that hill, but I don't feel like I was. I feel like I was jogging up it just with nothing left.
All right. Well, now that you've seen the state course, good, bad, indifferent, do you like it? The is it a love hate thing? Kind of describe it from that standpoint.
I kind of feel like I don't like hills as a person, but I feel like they're really good for racing, where they're really good braking points. And that's also with turns as well, which is pretty prevalent on that course. And I feel like that I can use those to my advantage as long as I train them correctly. And I feel like I could work really well with those.
Perfect. Well, talk a little bit about what do you hope to kind of do during this senior season for you, Trajan? What are some of your goals and kind of expectations of yourself?
I kind of feel like for some good expectations, especially going back to Cheyenne course, I want to break 16 on that course. I feel like with the proper training, learning how to run down the hills and back up them pretty quickly, I feel like that's a feasible goal. And then I want to keep the streak going where hopefully I can go undefeated this season.
Okay.
And I'm going to give credit to my competitors. They are really tough. You always got to give them their credit. It's never easy. And hoping to maybe break the 15-minute barrier this year
Okay.
at the Liberty Bell course. So that's a huge goal that I want to hit this year.
All right. All right. For you, where does the love of running come from?
So back in my sixth grade year, I learned I had a genetic disease
Ooh,
which gave me high cholesterol, and I don't know the reason right now, but I'm hoping to learn about it. And my
mhm.
doctor told me that running would really help it. So ever since I started running, started out pretty slow, didn't like it, and then as I started to kind of climb the ranks a little bit, started just love it more and more and more as the miles kept on going on because it's just a way to be mentally free.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I wish you best of luck with that. Does it sound like you're running so much, you're improving with that condition at all?
Yeah, I feel like I'm improving every time I just step on the course or step on the track for a workout or step on the pavement just going out for a nice jog.
Perfect. Well, hey, congratulations on a great start and congrats on being one of our athletes of the week. I appreciate the time, Trajan.
Yep, thank you. This is an honor.
David Sutter from Wyopreps.com, and part of our Athlete of the Week feature is we get a visit with our student athletes across the state. And this week's honor for the boys is a shared honor between Trajn Swalstad of Wortland and his cross country performance in Cheyenne last week, and then Andre Hilton, who had a great game for Rock Springs, a season opening win under their new head coach. Andre put together a fantastic game with 27 defensive points. He had 7 tackles, 2 interceptions, including the game clincher, and 3 pass breakups. Andre, thanks for taking a few minutes to join me. And just take me back to last Friday night. What was it like for you out there, bud?
Oh no, it was good. Thank you for having me. No, it was fun. I just waited for that moment for like a long time, so I just had to go out there and perform for and do my best.
Talk a little bit about what it's been like for you guys kind of turning the chapter in the program to a new coach and what Coach Kaplan has kind of brought to the Tiger football program.
Oh, Kep is a really great coach. He puts a lot of great stuff on us. He conditions us great. Puts us to work basically, and yeah, that's what made us have a win last week.
Well, take me back to that game. Take me through it a little bit. What went well for you guys that allowed you to get the victory, you think?
Well, our defense was really, really good. We were able to stop them when we needed to. Stop them on the 15 quite a bit of times. And yeah, our offense did really good too. It's just need to tweak some stuff on offense, and that's about it.
Talk about your performance. 7 tackles, so you're sticking your nose in there, but 2 big interceptions, including that clincher. What happened on the 2 interceptions?
The one interception, I just saw the guy cut across me, and then I saw the quarterback look at him, and I just knew I had to go get that ball.
And then talk about the game. Was that the game clincher or was that the first one?
Oh, that was the first one. The game clincher. The ball just kind of came to me. I can't even lie. The ball kind of really just came to me. And like a play before that, they threw the ball like it was about this. It was probably the same route, I think, but I stopped it. But they came back and tried to do it again. But yeah,
How
couldn't do
much
anything.
confidence does that give you and the rest of your teammates in terms of kind of moving forward here on the season?
Oh yeah, that gave us a lot of confidence. Yeah, we're going into Natrona with a lot of confidence, but also we're going in really physical too. We have to.
Obviously, they're going to be a different type of team. How do
Mhm.
you get yourselves prepared for, they're going to improve from game one to game two. You want to show improvement game one to game two. How do you get yourself ready for a game like that?
Well, yeah, we switched a lot of stuff on defense and offense, and we're just getting prepared for because they're a lot bigger and a lot more physical, and they have a lot better quarterback too. So we have to keep the coverages tight and stuff. So yeah.
Talk about your mindset defensively. Just what do you feel you bring to the Tigers defense that's such a benefit?
I don't know. I just like being ignorant, kind of on defense, being picky with everybody and stuff, making
Okay.
sure nobody gets behind me and stuff
All
like that,
right.
and you just coming to the ball whenever it comes to me.
Okay. Well, I mean, 2 interceptions, 3 pass breakups in a first game. That's pretty good. What
Yeah.
do you feel you need to work on to continue to take steps forward as an individual player as part of that whole defense?
Probably I probably just need to keep my like need to keep my eyes out of the backfield, and
Okay.
that's that's about it. You know what I mean?
I
And
gotcha.
staying focused. Focus is really a big part too. Staying focused and knowing
Okay.
coverages and stuff.
How do you describe the Rock Springs team this year?
Oh, we're really good. We've came from a long way, and I think that's probably why we're really amped up for this year and ready to get stuff done.
Well, hey, I appreciate you taking a few minutes. That's all I got for you, but congrats on being one of our athletes of the week.
Thank you. I appreciate you for having me.